tun die Mehretu. Die Arbeit, sehen Sie hier, ist Teil der Ausstellung Die Göttliche Komödie. Sie ist in Addis Abeba in Äthiopien geboren, hat in Dakar, in Michigan und in New York studiert, wo sie auch heute noch lebt und arbeitet. Sie war auf fast allen wichtigen Biennalen vertreten. Im vergangenen Jahr in der Biennale in Moskau. Davor ein sehr großer Auftritt bei der Documenta 13. Chus Martinez ist in Spanien geboren, hat Philosophie und Kunstgeschichte studiert, war 2012 Leiterin der kuratorischen Abteilung der Documenta 13 in Kassel.
I just thought I'd start just before that we have the conversation by reading some notes. Push, scratch, mark, cut, stay. A mark, a scratch, the sound of graphite on paper. When drawing, pull out of myself, lose place, go deep into a pressurized state of disfiguration. The hand, the wrist, the gesture, the mark, flow, play, spit. The hand can throw a bomb. Get at the strangeness of the future image. Everything falls apart.
It's important to address how you put together something that for many people are in contradiction, which is working with abstraction and working with vitality and action at the same time. How do you understand abstraction as a way of, as a political language?
The ability to kind of invent at the same time an image that has relationships to other forms of images, but has this place of this other form that can emerge. I think that's one of the... Also, there's elements with the architectural that stay outside of abstraction, but I think there's this aspect of auto-constructing and auto-deconstructing at the same time. And within that duality, I think there's a place for abstraction within that.
When I saw the work in Documenta, for the first time, I saw how slow changes can be perceived. I call you my Chinese painter, so it's very difficult to perceive changes, because in working in the way you do, like when you are a lacquer of a Chinese tradition, the lac does not allow you for fast changes.
Well, I think the earlier work was much more about reading and about legibility and about these kind of layers of maps over architectural drawing. You could almost identify a building, really could see the airport plan. Those took place over this thing, and it was this kind of suspended layer of time and space. I think these paintings have become something, and the paintings since, the language has become so much more about the mark shifting into this notational kind of being, so it still behaves in the way that those characters behaved early on, but they're not characters anymore. The marks have a different type of action. They act and they participate in the painting in a different way, but they also participate in the making of a different form of image. They're dust at the same time. They're phenomena at the same time. They're not necessarily agents. They're not necessarily, I don't think of them that way. And because of that, and because of the intensity of the layering of the architectural drawing, you can't necessarily decipher what a building is. It's not legible in that way. What I think it creates, though, is this, in this collision of those two, the mark making and the architectural, you have this third space that has emerged. For me, that's a big change and big transformation.
There is also a gender question into your use of scale.
A gender question?
Yeah, there's a gender question.
No, I like it. Go.
No, you know, it's like there's always this big thing about like the history painting being bigger, like male painters using a large scale and a woman. You know, there is something that you are breaking, which is the rule of intimacy and the rule of this kind of closeness to the product or the work that you are producing. You know, this is like, there's nothing of it there. By the technical way that you are working, by the absolute huge scale, which is uncommon in woman painters. There is no illustration of the history in the painting.
You have to travel, and you have to pass time through the paintings. You have to actually time and space, your time and space through them. They have the cinematic kind of experience of participating with the painting. That has been informative.
Yeah, and then sometimes you need to look at them like as you're looking at the pyramids, like in Kassel. No? I think you're like just, I think in my case, I am 1.50 meters looking at something which is gigantic. You need to just go back to the window, look at it, and you are positioned in a scale that is the scale of of a historical monument.
Thank you.
And what do you expect from your own work?
That's such a tough question. For me, making work is always about trying to find and locate myself, and make, in some sense, try and make sense of myself in that moment, and that's with the knowledge of everything that you've made. So I feel like there's a different types of fluency that I work with now. The work has to surprise me. It has to teach me something else. It has to become a different image in that way. I have to be shocked by it. I have to be scared by it. It has to kind of instill a fear in me when I'm finished with it.